Geek Citadel.
Welcome to Bullet Points, where I list what I liked and disliked about a game, so you can take my list, compile it with others, and see if you want to rent, buy, or watch the game on YouTube. I admit, I'm not a big fan of tower defense games. I don't see the appeal, but somehow Dungeon of the Endless drew me in. Maybe it's the roguelike tendencies and the dungeon crawling aesthetic, but I was instantly intrigued by what this game had to offer. You play as a slew of heroes who have crash landed inside of a strange dungeon. The goal is to explore and defend your ship's power generator as you head to the next floor. Does Dungeon of the Endless accomplish this combination of tower defense and RPG elements well? Let's find out in this bullet point review. The visuals in Dungeon of the Endless excels at providing a fluorescent sci-fi atmosphere to lose yourself in. The sleek pixel animations of characters and minimalist level design convey a truly splendid artistic wonder. Without a doubt, the wispy tones of the soundtrack carry the heroes on their way to adventure. It's a euphoric tickle of the ears that saturates us in unique and calming melodies. It reminds me of a few Chrono Trigger songs, and that, my friends, is high praise. The combination of RPG elements, roguelike mazes, and tower defense feels just right in Dungeon of the Endless. Each door leads to a room that is randomly generated on each play session. The use of a power grid structure to illuminate the area and fortify a room is fanciful fun. Hunkering down to begin hoarding resources and plotting your escape is highly addicting. I always wanted to see what the next room had in store, even if it only led to more monsters. Opening doors count as turns that activate enemy waves, complete research, and restore skill-based moves for the heroes. It's an interesting take on turn-based strategy. Combat is an automatic affair, but it isn't the type to frustrate you with dumb AI routines. The heroes will not allow enemies to stand on the other side of the room and destroy the precious generator. They make sure to keep all essential hostiles dealt with, so you don't have to bust out of your shirt like the Incredible Hulk from all that rage. The heroes aren't necessarily deep characters in terms of backstory, but each of them have specific skill sets, designs, and animations to represent their personalities. It feels good to find a new survivor in the dungeon and bring them into the fold to discover what new abilities they bring to the team. The multiplayer allows up to 4 people to go online and survive some dungeons together. It copies the single player fairly well and gives each player their own resources for surviving the harsh monster attacks. Even though there are tons of variations on rooms, the areas begin to look extremely similar really quickly. This tends to be a problem with roguelikes in general, with the need to focus on indoor grid design. It can bog down the exploration experience when one place looks a little too similar to the last. Multitasking can be a pain in the butt when you're playing alone. Not because it's difficult to move the heroes, but because you can't always easily select them. The character portrait highlights are not easy to see, so at times a hero will be highlighted that you didn't wish to move. Maybe a patch can allow us to scroll over the heroes to select them like in real-time strategy games. Players can only pick up 4 heroes in the dungeon, and the only way to get new heroes is by dismissing the old ones. The problem is that any gear removed from the dismissed hero cannot be placed on the newly recruited hero. It can't even be sold to the merchant and basically clutters up the inventory window until the next dungeon is reached. Dungeon of the Endless allows for players to reach 12 floors before completing the game. Players can stop and save any time with one player, but multiplayer does not have the option to save. This cuts down on the idea of exploration because games can take hours to complete. Also, items in chests are not distributed to multiple players. This would not be an issue if you could trade or drop loot for a dungeon companion. Lastly, you can invite other players to join a game, but the option to create a private match does not exist. I always feel bad having to kick someone out of my game because I wanted to save that slot for my friend. The story is a little light, but that's typical of the genre. What you have instead is a fun time waster that quickly becomes addicting. Searching around for various characters, stacking resources, and exploring for loot is a blast. We recommend you buy Dungeon of the Endless on Steam. Find 4 friends and explore the endless mystery that awaits you. For more Geek Citadel plays and reviews, check out geekcitadel.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Google+, Facebook, Twitch, and Dailymotion. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you ladies and gents next time.